Hello everybody. So this is my first video, and I'll be starting a vlog, and I'll be giving weekly advice or monthly advice, whichever way it works. Because I'm in school too, trying to get a degree. So anyways, topic for today is going to be basically about self-esteem, having a good self-esteem. What do I mean by having a good self-esteem? A lot of us have lost our identities to social networks. A lot of us look for approval via social networks. We look for approval via friendships. We look for approval via relationships, whatever relationship it might be it friendship or be it relationship. And I believe that that the society we live in today has become so subtle and has become so shallow in thinking, in the sense that everybody wants to do what the next person is doing, even if initially they feel what the next person is doing is not right, but they will do it because that person is getting praised and they feel, oh, I should be getting that. That doesn't work. It doesn't work, not every time. Sometimes you just need to reflect on yourself, your personal self, and see how things work for you. Just because A is working for B doesn't mean B will work for you too as well. People are different. That's what a lot of us do not understand. Now, when it comes to relationships, a lot of us just go into relationships because our next of kin or next person is going to a relationship. Relationship is not for everybody. You know why? Because everybody has a different level. Everybody has different levels of understanding. Everybody has different levels of maturity, and maturity is very essential in a relationship. When people say, oh, we dated for 8 years, we met as so yeah, there for so long, blah 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 blah. Just because Beyonce and Jay-Z are doing well doesn't mean that Lamide and Ladipo will do well too as well. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, do not try to be a carbon copy or reflection of another person. You do not know that person's story. Just because the person keeps smiling and smiling that everything is fine doesn't necessarily mean that everything is fine. We hear about a lot of stories of people who, end up really sad and all of that because they try to be someone else. Why don't you try to be yourself? I mean, life is too short. Life is absolutely short. I mean, sometimes you just sit down, you just reflect on yourself and just say, oh, am I actually who I'm supposed to be? But how will you find that out? That depends on you. And I mean, what do you do in your free time? Who do you spend your time with? Sometimes our friends, a set of friends, are a reflection of who we are. What do I mean by that? If you're someone who is self-disciplined and you have friends who are the other, are not as disciplined as you are, people are different, right? And nobody is perfect. That's what a lot of us do not understand. Just because someone has made a mistake once, twice, doesn't mean you should crucify the person. Guys, people make mistakes. People change. Change is inevitable. You cannot avoid change. As you grow higher, as you grow higher in life, as you grow in life, some people have to go. Some people will be left behind. Everybody has, people come into your life for different reasons and seasons. Some people will come into your life to stay. Some people will come into your life in a very harvestful season, and some people will come into your life when things are not as good and will stay. But we have two types of people in this world mostly. We have the givers and we have the takers. You see those people that are called the takers, they are people who they don't necessarily know how to give, but they know how to take. And when they start taking, you run, because this kind of people are people that they are like praise. They will prey on you and suck you dry. And those kind of people are not just people you want to have around when you want to grow, when you want to develop, when your person wants to develop. And the only way your person can develop is if you allow the past to go, if you break yourself free from the past. What do I mean by this? A lot of us like to hold on to people. We like to compromise our standards. We like to say, oh, someday this person is going to change. If people show you who they are, do not give excuses. Do not say, oh, that person would not have done that. Maybe people do what they want to do. Even if it's a mistake, yeah, people make mistakes. But do not keep making excuses when someone shows you who they are the first time, the second time. My dear, the third time, you better run. And what am I saying? Now let me be serious. I'm basically saying have a good self-esteem. Believe in yourself. Irrespective of the world thinks of you, you believe in yourself, you grow, you develop on yourself. If you think you're weak when it comes to feeling about how beautiful you look, you read stuff that make you feel that will push your self-esteem. I mean, about a lot of ladies feeling about they are too skinny, they are too fat, they're too big, they are too this, they're too that. Everything has to do with your thoughts upstairs, right here, and your heart. Yes, we know a lot of people, before you see the person's heart, you see the person's physique first. But sometimes, we can't all be the same. Not sometimes, we can never all be the same. Some people are created to be skinny, some people are created to be not as skinny, some people are created to be chubbier. But that's not an excuse for living an unhealthy life as well. Because some ladies say, I'm happy with the way I am, I'm happy with the way I'm big. I don't know that. That's the story, my sister. My brother, if you're the one to you're feeling like you are too big and all of that, then you work on yourself. Stop feeling down. Stop giving excuses for how you look. How you look doesn't reflect your character. Your character is very different from your physique. Your physical appearance. Just because the man you love or the woman you love doesn't like how you look, doesn't mean the person who God has created for you will never see you the way God wants them to see you. This is not even about being religious. It's about having a good self-esteem. You believe in yourself. You get up today. You say, oh, you know what? I am beautiful, respectful of whatever anybody thinks of me. I'm going to walk out there. I'm going to develop myself. I'm going to change myself and prove to the world I am who I am. I am who God says I am. What am I saying? I'm practically saying that we live in a world that wants to be accepted. We live in a world of people who have different self-esteem. People who have the good self-esteem, people that have the bad self-esteem, and people that have the average self-esteem. When I mean average self-esteem, these are people that their self-esteem is very rocky. It changes from time to time. This time they're feeling all nice, all rosy and all. Next minute, they're feeling all down. And guess why? It's all because of the kind of people most times they roll with. You can't be rolling with someone that always Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and you're wearing, something not as popular. And then you have a bad self-esteem and you feel that kind of person will not go and steal. That person will steal because when you don't have when you work with a crowd of people who want to accept you for something you're not, who want you to pretend, my dear, you better run. You must run. Because the earlier you run, the better you develop yourself. Now, let's talk about let me explain to you something that I've learned over time. Just because you will cast a stone for someone or for a friend or whoever doesn't mean you should be expecting somebody to do the same or the same person to do the same for you. People will never just do what you want them to do when it comes to returning a favor. It's better for you not to be expectant than for you to be disappointed. It's better for you to be realistic than for you to think life is a bed of roses or life is a fairy tale. Just because you see all those movies that they say, oh, Prince Charming came, blah, 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 and all of that. This is not even about relationships. It's about not expecting people to go the extra mile because you went the extra mile for them. People do not simply understand the fact that just because someone is casting a stone for you doesn't necessarily mean that person actually loves you too as well. Some people are just naturally, oh, I'm just helpful. I don't necessarily have feelings for this person. But then you begin to catch feelings. I'm not let's deviate from the topic of today. The topic of today is still self-esteem. Ladies, guys, boys, girls, have a beautiful self-esteem. When someone is attracted to somebody physically, well, depending on the kind of person, because we live in a world of shallow-minded people nowadays. But that's not an excuse for you yourself not to develop. My point is this: when you realize someone does not appreciate you for who you are, or does not appreciate your efforts, do not make excuses for them. Do not say, oh, if this could have happened, blah blah blah. Do not make excuses. You simply walk away. If someone has given you several reasons to walk away, walk away. Do not settle for something because you love it. Love is not enough. It is never enough. Do not settle for something that you do not deserve. A lot of us settle for things that we do not deserve because we feel, oh, we might not get something better, or we might not get accepted somewhere else. The earlier you realize that, earlier you walk away from something you do not deserve, the better you find, and the earlier you find someone who deserves you and will love you for who you are. And as for friends, do not be with friends that just necessarily want to be takers. Takers are very dangerous set of people. They will take, and suck you dry. Do you want to be sucked dry? Okay, guys, I have to run now. I hope this helps someone, and so I'll see you same time next week.